My name is Shane Six, and I'm a pinstriper. And today I was going to show you some of the tricks of how I trim my brushes and how I make them work. Alright? Right here is your basic pinstripe brush that I use. I use a Mac brush. This one is a 00. And this one's brand new. But when these, a lot of people are trimming them wrong and cutting the whole tip off, and you'll never get a thin line out of them. You just get fat lines. This is pinstriping. We go for pin lines, you see. So what I do, I wet the brush down just a little bit and I comb it out straight, you see. And then I look against a piece of white, like you see behind me, and instead of laying it down and cutting it off in an X-Acto or anything else, I get my fingernail trimmers and I just clip the little bit that I need to, okay? Because these are all handmade in Jonesville, Michigan, and these ladies do a great job at it, okay? So, and there's a few little wild hairs here and there, but just trim them out and look carefully at the ones you got, because then you won't ruin your brush, okay? Alright, you got the long end of the brush right over here, and you got the belly of the brush. So the long end of the brush always is on top. The belly makes the paint flow out the end. That's why how you pull them big long lines if you need to. Alright? Cool. And then after you get done using your brush, I usually soak them in motor oil or a nice brush preservative. And then that way they don't get hard in the bristles, and then you crack these hairs off. Because then your brush ain't going to last forever. I've made brushes last for years. Okay? So this is the way I do it now. Other people have different ways, but alright. And then they got different lengths of hairs, and you got your long, and there's some mediums, and then you got the Excalibur brush. It's short hairs, and it's for people with smaller hands sometimes, or if you do real tedious small work that you just want to get in there and just use your fingertips to get it done, alright? So I usually paint with one shot, and there's Ronan chromatic paints, and I even use House of Colors with the urethane striped enamels, because sometimes you got to clear over the top of them. And there's always different thinners for the different ways you got to paint with and use. Humidity and dry air, your altitudes, all kinds of things make a factor of all this. And then you also have, I use lettering quills for my small lettering, well, even big lettering. I've got different sizes. But these are also nice for doing swirls and different things like that. And real nice scrolling work. And then also you have the Bobo brush. That's real nice for scrolls. Or the Gary Jensen Swirly Q. They're real nice ones too. And then also with the lettering thing, I use my hand-on ones, but also I have one with a metal ferrule too for doing my nice calligraphy work and stuff like that. That way you get a nice chisel end on it. There's a difference in your different styles of lettering for different styles of brushes, okay? And then even this brush right here, it's a real rare one. Check that out. There's two brushes in one. This is what they used in the old days on carriages and all kinds of old neat designing stuff. And this brush could pull two lines at the same time. I've even used it and did two different colors at the same time. That was a trick. And it also, when your brushes, if you get to where, I'm in a very humid area in Ohio. So in the middle of summer it gets real humid. But moisture gets in these hairs in these brush, and your brushes don't work right. You'll get a wave or a curve in your brush, and you're wondering, well, my brush don't work no more. What you got to do is you got to clean this thing out with some dish soap. And I usually use some dish soap, clean it all out, get all the moisture out of it, and then I set it in a towel or put it in an air-conditioned room or something, get all that moisture out of my brushes. Because in the winter time, you could use one brush and stripe 10 cars, but in the summer you might need 3 brushes just to get one car done. And it all depends on where you live. If you're in a dry climate, humid climate, you know, warm, cold, Even over in Australia over there, when I was over there with my buddies, the cranksters, it was real dry out there, and they had all different kind of thinners. So I got new lessons on learning how to stripe myself on the whole atmosphere. You know, and if you're in the mountains, you know, it depends on your altitude, the whole 9 yards. It depends on how you're going to be able to stripe. So don't give up if you, it depends on your climates, okay? Some stripers, they have to have a controlled climate before they'll even stripe, because there's certain reasons for that, okay? So stay tuned, folks, and we got more tips and things coming on here in the future, all right? Have a good day.